So your solar panel that you get for racing the sun is nominally 200 watts. You ask how much power is that really? 200 watts, your motor is 500 watts. The average refrigerator in your house is probably around 250 watts. So it won't quite power up a refrigerator, or at least a full-size refrigerator. Even the little dorm fridges tend to have the same compressor, so they still run, around 250 watts to start. But things like your laptop, your, light bulbs in your house, if you think about the light bulbs and if you've got compact fluorescents or LEDs, they're 13 to 7 watts a piece, so you could light up a whole bunch of those. If you've got a laptop, the power supply is typically 150 watts. So you're good for charging all those type of devices. There are bigger solar panels, you start looking at rooftop solar panels and they start getting closer to 300 and 350 watts. Those become very heavy. They're roughly 70, 80 pounds when they get into that range. So a lot of you have glass panels on your roof, and in most cases those are 275 to 300 watts, 350 watts a piece. Depends on the manufacturer, how big your panel is. In glass, encapsulated with all the framing, they're 70 to 80 pound modules. And if you think of one solar panel being able to produce 200 watts, and that's pretty much at noon, so there's less power available early in the morning, late in the afternoon, but one panel can take care of your refrigerator. You start putting the panels together, which is how most housing installations are. You've got probably 3 or 4 kilowatts of power on top of the house. And at 3 or 4 kilowatts, now you're starting to take care of bigger loads. Not 100% of an air conditioner, probably like 30%, 40% of an air conditioner, but you can run your refrigerator, all your lights, your TV, a lot of things in your house. And at 4 kilowatts, the average house is pretty much net neutral on metering until summer, especially here in Arizona. So the usefulness of your solar panel at 200 watts, we at P3 Solar sell to what's called the overlanding crowd. And a 200 watt module we normally recommend for people that run an inverter with some nominal AC loads. If they're trying to run a TV, they're trying to run a blender, they're trying to run different appliances that run AC, then we recommend the 200 watt. This is generally the really big things, and you guys can look it up online. Look up earth roamers and things to that effect. They're very large vehicles, and they have enough space to put one of these 200 watt rollables inside their vehicle. For the average overlander that's got a fairly efficient DC fridge, they run between 40 and 60 watts when they're running. We normally recommend our 90 watt rollable panel. It's basically half of the 200 watt you guys have. And that will take care of their LED lighting at night. They all have like water pumps on their vehicles, and they have these efficient little DC fridges, between 40 and 80 quart fridges that run off the solar. And we can directly power them off the solar as well. If we want to, we can put a 60 watt module on them and they work just fine. But they won't work at night. So you really do need the battery, and we're just always charging the battery back up. So that sort of gives you a feel for how to use other uses for your solar panel. We sell to wildland firefighters. They charge 6 batteries at a time with one of our 125 watt modules. They also, since they're running day and night, they also have one of our lightweight battery packs so they can charge batteries at night. Other uses, we sell to camera crews that are doing a lot of wildlife photography. They typically have needs that are in the 100 to 600 watt range, because they, depending on how big their camera is, they have drones, they have 6 or 7 fairly large cameras, they have 15 to 20 batteries that they charge at any given time, depending on what they're trying to capture. So their needs vary, and these lightweight rollable modules are ideal for that sort of carry it in, carry it back out situation. Hi, my name is Wally Stoss. I'm one of the owners here at P3 Solar. We make lightweight portable solar panels for the outdoor enthusiast as well as the outdoor professional. We sponsor Racing the Sun because we want to educate the adults of the future on the usefulness of solar, and running their solar go-kart today gets them into the idea of renewable energy.